there's a nebulous word out there that everybody uses, culture. And you can't define it, right? Like Pat Riley in Miami have culture, and San Antonio and the Spurs have a culture. And when you think about it, to at least qualitatively define it, culture is a way of doing things and expectations that go along with it. How are they getting it done with injuries? Toronto has a culture. And the culture is verified by a championship.
The Raptors beginning of a 5-game Western trip. Yeah, very difficult 5-game swing, guys. Starts with New Orleans, then back-to-back Lakers, Clippers, then Portland, then Dallas. It doesn't get any easier.
But here's the thing. I also think it's good early in a season when you get together and you get your guys on the road, you're together, right? A little bonding time. And Raptors do have some new players in the mix, so now they can all be together, and I think that's going to be good for them to go through this test.
The big question here over the course of this 5-game road trip will be, will the bench be all set and ready to go?
That's going to be critical because now the games start coming fast and furious, and it becomes a lot more pressure on that group to come in and not only hold the lead, build on a lead, or if there's a deficit, maintain and try to get you back in the game.
I think we got a good team with some special players, and we're just trying to figure out how we can play the best of our ability right now. I don't really feel like we're trying to make any statements whatsoever. Do we want to win? Yes. Do we want to win tonight? Yes. Do we want to win both in LA? Yeah. You know, I mean, I just think we're a growing team with some really special players that were tough to beat, man. You know, it takes a lot to beat us, and that's who we are.
Go back. Kyle grabbed his hand. I mentioned this, going to break the left thumb.
But he's coming back in the game, though, Matt. So Nick Nurse using that timeout and then getting Lowry some rest.
Attacking.
That was excellent defense by Anunoby. Bringing
Serge is down. Ibaka is down. Here's a three. Good. Serge is still down. Looks like his right ankle. Oh, yeah. Right there. Yep.
Turn on OG Anunoby.
Yep. And he could barely put any weight on it. Now he's going to try to walk it off. Here's Pascal going one-on-one and one. Big time play. 36 now.
They go wide open.
The three is good. Oh, gee, oh my.
Playmaking 101. Fred VanVleet.
Tons of contact. Pascal finishes 41. A chance for 42 at the line. Pascal, 42 and 10. Ties his career high. He's got 44. Spicy. Raptors win at 122-104. Pascal Siakam ties a career-high 44 points, 10 rebounds. OG Anunoby with 21 points and 7 rebounds. A double-double for Fred VanVleet. Norman Powell with 18 off of the bench. Kyle Lowry left thumb injury. And Serge Ibaka with a right ankle sprain. He left as well. Ibaka 12 minutes. And Kyle Lowry with 16.
Great game. You alright, bro? What's it?
No, I got a fracture.
Shane, you going?
Yeah, fracture. All right.
Okay, let's go. Let's get one up. Let's get on out of here. Let's
go.
Good job. Hell of a job. What a play. Good job. Raps. 1, 2, 3. Raps. Good job.
This Western Road swing. Of course, this was going to be the biggest test for this group, but now we're in the meat of the thing. This is the type of back-to-back that'll show you exactly who your team is.
Let's set the stage here, the reality. Okay, you've lost 3 of your top 8 players in your rotation in the span of 4 or 5 days, which is really unfortunate. The Raptors come into this game tonight as the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference at 6-2. So they have proven that they are a good team, and now they have some challenges that they're going to have to face ahead of them, and it starts tonight.
Good to see Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. This is his second game of the season, and Rondae Hollis-Jefferson getting a look here.
9th player now used by Nick Nurse.
Matt Thomas is free. God, bust the foul! Matt Thomas! 2 minutes into the 4th, Davis finds Boucher. He launches! Chris Boucher! Backing in, Hollis-Jefferson. Oh! Hollis-Jefferson having himself a night.
He's got 10 points. Coach, I want some run. I want some burn.
And Boucher gets the block on Kuzma. Raptors will not win. Hollis-Jefferson, Davis. Yes, he did! From South Haven, Mississippi. What a night for TD2. Offensively, the Toronto Raptors were spectacular tonight. This is a well-earned win against a top team in the Western Conference. And the Raptors have now won 10 in a row against the Lakers. Toronto improves to 7-2, 2-0 on this road trip. And what a job by Nick Nurse and his team.
Just a phenomenal effort. I tell you what, hats off to the second unit. I think Raptor fans now look and say, you know what? There's a little bit more depth on this team than maybe they thought. And if you're a guy like Masai Ujiri or Bobby Webster, that whole front office, they got to be really proud of some of the guys they brought in here that really came up big tonight.
Two for two, baby. We need to go.
Let's go, baby.
Y'all killer.
Play TV.
What's up, man?
Great. That's the best show I've seen all year. Those guys, just seeing them play, I know that coach has been hard on some of those guys, and to see them kind of break through and have their moment, they've been working so hard, and that's what the NBA is about, is wait for your opportunity, and couldn't find a better place to have it than LA, bright lights against one of the best teams in the league. So give those guys a lot of credit. Chris, Rondae, Matt, Terrence, all of those guys were huge for us off the bench.
Come in, unit. Come in, y'all. Be ready, y'all. CB, man. You see these?
Yes, sir.
Be ready, man. Ready, B. What you play, guys? You got to play tomorrow, man.
It takes a lot of heart, a lot of character, and a lot of mental fortitude to come in every day and keep working regardless. Because the easiest thing to do is to feel sorry for yourself. Some of those guys do deserve to play. They're good enough to play. It just might be a guy in front of them that's just a little bit better, that's a little bit more experienced. And that's how it goes. But, you know, this NBA game is so fickle, and injuries come and go. And we got two of our main guys out, so there'll be some opportunities. We need to get some guys on the floor anyway, so you know, we got to use this and use this stretch to develop those guys. And you know, it's not always going to look as pretty as it did tonight, but you know, it's about learning.
Come on, man. Good job. Let's get one up. Hell of a win. Hell of a win. Enjoy it till midnight. Yeah, all right. 1, 2, 3, rise.
Interesting for us to see you get minutes. It's been a while. What was it like for you to get some minutes from?
Oh man, to be honest, it felt really good. Get out there in a time where, you know, team needed, you know, some energy, some good vibes and some good defense. It felt good to be out there. That's why they always say, stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready. Big on that. You know, guys here tell you, just try to work hard. You know, wait your turn. You know, when it's called. You just execute whatever they want you to do, whether it's being a dunker, set a screen, you know, you just do it to the best of your ability.
How hard was it staying patient?
It's tough, you know. I'm human. I have feelings. I'm a competitor, emotional. I wear my heart on my sleeve, so it definitely was tough, you know, to sort of say it. And people will tell you that, and I'm not one to shy away from it, but for the most part, I always thought about my son, you know, just what he would think and how he would feel if he was older. So that kind of helped me get over it. And then just talking to guys, man, some great guys in here who understand the grind and understand the situation. So, you know, you got good people around, man. It makes life a little bit easier.
Los Angeles, the Raptors are making themselves comfortable. A victory over the Lakers in the Staples Center a night ago, and now a highly anticipated matchup with the LA Clippers. A first look at Kawhi Leonard in a Clippers uniform taking on the Raptors.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great to see Kawhi. I mean, you know, Josh, you go through something like that and a really close kind of confined, you're all kind of sealed in together, fighting that out for a couple months. So you get a special experience there. And in saying that, you know, I'm gonna stay up late tonight trying to devise some kind of scheme to try to make life very difficult on him tomorrow.
But as Nick Nurse said, this is as tough of a back-to-back in the NBA as there is. Brad, the Lakers last night and the Clippers tonight. Siakam, Shamet on him, driving runner. And it floats in.
You gotta be kidding me.
Tough shot. You see the Raptors all over, pressuring Kawhi, leading to a turnover. Clippers 3 of 11. The steal. Here's Terrence Davis attacking. How about the game last night for the rookie? It's a 10-0 run by Toronto. Van Fleet, the deep free swish.
I'll tell you what, looking around, Fred hit that shot. Lots of Raptor fans on their feet cheering.
Leonard digging in, turnover. Hollis-Jefferson to the rim. How about the play of Rondae Hollis-Jefferson here?
We definitely went in trying to take him out of the game, and he got a lot of our focus and just making it tough on him and making him work and throwing 4 or 5 bodies at him and letting somebody else shoot.
15-4 run going back to the second quarter. Great job by Hollis-Jefferson.
I like the defense he brings to the table, Matt. He has been all over Kawhi Leonard.
What an effort by Toronto. Boucher! Ned Harrell at the rim.
Wow. Young fella. Get that junk out of there. That was big.
Fake drive.
opportunities there. Just couldn't score, man. I don't know what we ended up with in the fourth. But just couldn't get a bucket, couldn't get a roll, a free throw, anything. So, we just kind of ran ourselves into the mud and give those guys credit. They closed it out.
The Raptors had scored 100-plus in 26 consecutive games, 88. And look at Kawhi. He knows how hard tonight was. 35 minutes. The appreciation there. Kawhi Leonard, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, embracing his former teammates. And there's Alex McKechnie and Kawhi Leonard. Raptors battled hard.
Raptors continue their 5-game road trip. If going in you thought that the Raptors might be over 500, with a chance tonight they could be, I think you would say?
Absolutely. And that's going at full strength. You knew this was going to be a tough road trip. So considering all the adversity they've dealt with, it's been amazing so far.
Never expected to go that well. I think, obviously it's a credit to those guys first. They're the players. We're just, trying to put them in situations and provide them with the development and staff around them so that when they are given the chance, they know what they're supposed to do and they're able to do it.
If you remember the beginning of the trip, too, when Nick said, in not so many words, guys are going to have to step up. I have no choice but to go deep into my bench. And he kind of inferred that, well, maybe he didn't want to, because he certainly wasn't going deep in his bench, early in the season. And suddenly, more minutes for Terrence Davis, more minutes for Matt Thomas, and most notably, a heck of a lot more minutes and just opportunity for Rondae Hollis-Jefferson.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought early in the year when they were playing a tight rotation and they kept talking about how they didn't have the depth, I thought that didn't line up with, the history of this team and the rosters this front office has built. I didn't really believe that there were only 8 guys who could play on this team. I think it speaks to the job that, Masai and Bobby Webster and Dan Tolzman and Teresa Resch do from a player identification standpoint and then from a player development standpoint. You see every year they manage to find guys like Rondae, like Bismack before him, like Terrence Davis or Fred VanVleet, who are slept on a little bit and suddenly they come out of the player development system and they're ready to contribute. So I think, if it happens once or twice, maybe you got a lucky pick or a lucky break, but after 5, 6, 7 years, this is a clear talent of the organization.
Welcome, everyone, to the Pacific Northwest. Here on a Wednesday evening, the first of 2 meetings between the Toronto Raptors and the Portland Trailblazers.
When you talk about the job Masai Ujiri and Bobby Webster and their entire staff have done, these guys put in countless hours and days and weeks and months and years beating the bushes trying to find players, and that's what the best organizations do. I mean, the quality of your scouting and your player evaluation. And then this coaching staff, the entire group of them have done a phenomenal job over the years of developing players, being patient, and really teaching, coaching, nurturing, holding guys accountable, setting high standards.
Siakam has it remounted, and Hollis-Jefferson with a hustle. Davis the 3. Good! Bucket and bucket. Lillard drives, and on the roll, batted out by Gasol, scooped up by Fred. On the run, gathering, and the foul, Hollis-Jefferson. What a great play.
They're going to go to the same thing again. Look at this.
2-man game on the drive, and then on the inside, bust the foul. The duck in Hollis-Jefferson, the will to win. Siakam clocked down, Hood on him, backing in, fading. Oh, man, yeah, you can't stop him. Hey, man, MIP to MVP. Hey, what a W here in Portland. They're going to improve to 3-1 on this road trip, 8-3 overall, 4-3 on the road. Without Kyle Lowry, without Serge Ibaka, without Patrick McCall, and OG Anunoby.
Yeah, I do have a pretty vivid memory, actually, of the one free throw contest. There was and I'm from Onalaska. La Crosse is just a city right next to us, and there was a big summer fest every year right on the Mississippi River. And I would go every year, and they always, the winner, like, you get a free bike. So I would, like, go for the first couple years. I got a couple bikes for free, and then eventually one year, I believe I was 9. So 10 and under got to shoot on like a lower rim, like I think it was like a 9-foot rim, and a little closer, like 12 foot, versus like the other competition for kids over 10 or over 12 years old was like a free throw, like 15-foot shot on a 10-foot rim. So I'll preface it by saying that it was a shorter rim and a shorter distance, but I made 258 in a row consecutive shots. Like, it's unheard of. Like, I could never do that again, like now, like there's no way. But yeah, I mean, I just had that passion and that focus and like just the perfectionist in me that I want to make every single shot. And I've had that since I was a kid. Yeah, tough time in my life. I mean, obviously not related to basketball. So yeah, when I was like 9 was when my parents divorced. So they divorced. My dad ended up moving across the street shortly after he moved to La Crosse. Like I said, like the next city over. But definitely, like at that age, you don't know all the stuff that's going on, all the, you know, everything in the background. But then, so like the time goes on, you know, we're doing that whole thing with the distance, and sure enough, it was the first day of school. Sorry, I'm like bringing back memories.